Self-care has become a buzzword, but many people misunderstand it as indulgence rather than necessary personal upkeep. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be diving into a topic that is often misunderstood: self-care. The moment self-care is mentioned, our mind tends to go to bubble baths, face masks, and spa day. While all of these things are lovely, self-care goes way deeper than that. So today I'm going to be sharing practical tips that you can use to recharge, take care of your mind, body, and soul. That doesn't just include candles and cucumbers. So let's get right into it. Another important thing to note is self-care isn't just about relaxing, it is more about recharging, and we tend to often confuse both of them, relaxing and recharging. True self-care is you taking care of yourself physically, emotionally, and mentally. And while bubble baths is soothing for the moment, the goal of self-care is to build habits that leaves you rested, re-energized, and ready to take on life. Now let's talk about practical self-care tips. The first on my list will be restorative sleep. I didn't say sleep, I said restorative sleep, because sleep is often underrated. We all need sleep. Sleep is a really important aspect in self-care because it is when you go to bed. Scientifically, it's been proven. I actually learned this from school, that it is when you go to bed that most parts of your body, your brain actually goes to sleep or goes to rest as well, so that the backup could also work while those ones are sleeping. So by the time you're feeling more rested and more re-energized. So the goal of sleep is for restoration, because when you go to sleep, aside your body getting rest, that is when your body actually processes the day and builds up the energy and everything that it must have lost while working, while you are awake. So it is really important to get restorative sleep, enough sleep, to make sure that regardless of what it is you're doing, you're also getting enough and needed sleep or rest. And you can also create a bedtime routine that helps you or keeps you in shape. For some people, you can start journaling. Journaling is also good, or reading, something that would help you, or easy way for you to sleep. We all have different methods and routines that we use, so just pick out whichever works for you. For me, recently I found out that I like to do everything I want to do, so that by the time I get on the bed, I would have done everything I wanted to do. I'm tired, so when I get on the bed, it's time to go. So in as much as you're hustling, you're trying to make something, you're going to work, you have so many things, it is of paramount importance that you get much needed sleep, restorative sleep. Let your body rest, because if you're going and going and going, actually think about it. Moments, I'm sure everyone can relate to what I'm about to say. Days where you don't sleep, let's say you were so busy or whatever and you didn't sleep throughout the whole night, you find out that the following day or the subsequent day, you can't function normal. There's something different, you're not just 100%. That is because all the parts of your body that were supposed to rest so that you get yourself back didn't rest. And why you feel tired when you don't get enough sleep is because the part responsible for keeping you on 100 did not get enough rest, so you as well will not get enough rest. So yeah, we can't overemphasize the importance of sleep, restorative sleep. Learn to sleep, learn to rest, like the appropriate amount of sleep, not just you working on 4 hours, 3 hours. Learn to try and get the necessary amount of sleep needed. The next tip will be setting boundaries. I spoke on this, I think last week or last 2 weeks, I'm not so sure. I'm going to leave the video in the description box, and towards the end of the video, give it a watch. Setting boundary is also a tip of self-care. When you're so packed, you have so much to do, it's very okay for you to say no to that extra work, extra whatever the case may be. It is okay for you to say no, and it is needed. It is really essential for you. Just like I said, give that video a watch. But boundaries are essential to stop burnout. So yeah, practice setting boundaries, and not just setting boundaries, staying on your boundaries, not today you set it, tomorrow, when you set a boundary, make sure that you follow through on that boundary. The next practical tip would be to move your body, and that could be as little as 10 minutes every day. Even as little as 10 minutes, just make sure you move your body. You're not just sitting down in one place morning to night. You're not just lying down on one spot or in one place. Learn to move your body, regardless of how small it is. It also helps you. That's why most times you hear people say exercise helps you mentally, or exercise helps you and keeps you in a good mind frame, not just body wise. So yeah, it is also important for you to move your body, stretch your body. It could be a stretch, exercise, gym. It could be at home, because we tend to always have excuses, like you don't have money to register for the gym, you don't have money for a personal trainer, so many excuses. But you could easily do it at home, in your room, in your living room. You could do your exercise, but just endeavor to move your body. And I also spoke about this on the topic of small habits. I'll also link that in the description box and towards the end of the video. Give it a watch. But this is also another tip. Learn to move your body, regardless of how you think your body is, or you're not feeling any stress or pain. It is just important to move your body. And this also goes to my lightweight girls. I don't know how to call you guys, but if you're like me and you feel like because you're not gaining weight, you've been the same body size all your life, that is also not an excuse for you not to move your body. It has nothing to do with losing weight, gaining weight, building muscle. For your sanity, for your sake, for your mental health, it is important that you move your body. For you, your body, and your mental health. Practical tips, very important. The next tip would be nourish your body, and this will come in the aspect of food, eating food or ingesting things that actually helps your body and not breaks your body or puts more pressure on your body or give your body more work. You can incorporate things like drinking enough water, fruits, vegetables, proteins, the necessary things that are required, and not to overeat. There's a thin line with overconsumption and overfeeding, so don't just eat because it is available and it is free. Just try to watch what you put in your body. And this doesn't just affect just food, it comes in the form of drugs, whatever it is that is entering your body, entering your system from your mouth or any other part. Make sure that it is the appropriate thing your body needs and will help your body. Don't just go eating any and everything because you can now afford it, it's close to you. It is really important to take care of ourselves. And just like I say, the goal of self-care is to help you build habits that will always keep you energized and rested to take up on life. So it is something that has to be practiced continuously. It's not something you wake up today and be like, okay, today I'm practicing self-care. No, it's something you do continuously. That is what will help you build the habits that you're looking for, or the habits that will benefit you. And just like everything, it starts little by little before you develop a habit. You don't just form or develop a habit in a second or in few days or few weeks. It's something you do gradually, and with time you tend to build it. So yeah, it is important to make sure you verify whatever enters your body, especially our creams these days. There are lots of people, especially ladies, who are into bleaching, toning, whatever you want to call it. It is really important to pay attention to the things we apply on our body, the things we do on our body, the things we ingest. Guys, there are just so many things on the internet. When you look at it today, it's like, where did you get a scientific evidence to prove that this thing that you're using is actually the way it is, or you are just buying it because one person said that? These days you find out that the best person to market, the best marketer gets the best sales, and people are just doing all sorts of things. Anyone can just stand up with a trend and everyone is just following without even considering that your body and my body are different. That is also another important thing. Just because someone is eating this particular class of food and is okay for them doesn't mean it will work for you. Always listen to your body. Work in accordance to what your body is saying. Always be mindful to your body. If you're feeling any pain, you're feeling any discomfort, don't get used to it. Don't let it last for a while. Go check it out. Go figure it out. So Self-care goes beyond just, don't eat fast food, don't eat fatty foods. The things we apply on our bodies, the things we do to our bodies. There are so many ladies that all this self-care that will claim to say like maintenance, upkeep. There are so many ladies that have gone years without using their actual natural stuff. Maybe for example the eyelash, the nail. There are times where you have to take break from all of this because it's affecting your natural, your follow come, whatever it may be, your nail, your lash, your hair, whatever it is. Beauty doesn't have to be vain. Don't let anyone deceive you that beauty is pain. Beauty can be comfortable. Fashion can be comfortable. So be really mindful of the things you do to your body, the things you ingest in your body, the things you take. Generally speaking, don't let people market you into diseases in the future. Don't let people market you into degrading your body, that in the future there will be consequences, because there are so many things you see online today that we're just waiting for the years to come to unravel all the consequences that is to follow with all the actions we're taking today. So if you're listening to me, when they say be mindful of what you take in, they're not just referring to food. All these things you use, you apply, you rub, you eat, you swallow, you everything. You have to be very mindful of everything that goes into your system. The next practical tips will be taking care of your mental health. It could be journaling, or you could be seeking out to a therapist. I believe in 2024, seeing a therapist shouldn't be something that should be joked with, should be laughed at, or should be mocked at. Don't let anyone say anything. Don't let any opinion stop you or anybody. If you need help, feel free to seek help. It is never embarrassing, or it is not something that will downgrade you in any way. If you need help, feel free. Don't be shy, don't be scared, don't be afraid. Seek help. Protect your mental health. You have to protect your mind. Your mind is your life, is your mind, and your mind is your life. It works vice versa. I will always say this, that your life is a reflection of your mind. So if you don't take care of your mind, automatically you're not taking care of your life. That is why so many things once more is going on in our world. We are not taking care of our minds. We're just going with whatever works, however it comes, what someone says, what this influencer said, what that celebrity said, what that socialite said. We're just soaking in everything. Nobody or more people are not really working on their minds. Everyone is just going with the flow, going with what society told them, what they feel should be. So for this mental health, it is really important to protect your mental health, because if you don't have a happy life, you cannot have a happy mind. If you don't have a happy mind, you cannot have a happy life. And if one of them is faulty, you cannot just function as you should. So please, just be very cautious in protecting your mind. Do not let things escalate or get too far. That is why self-care is what you do that helps you build the habits that could keep you feeling all these things I'm talking about. So please, protect your mental health. Journal if you can. And I would understand, we all say people should journal. There are some people that do not like to journal. Like me, I find it very difficult to journal. The only times I journal is when I want to write an idea that I can't use right now and I don't want to forget, or when I have something that I really want to share. Because most times to me, the time I would take to write it on my journal, I can write it somewhere on my brain that I would not forget. So just do what works for you. It mustn't be journaling. Just do what works for you. But in everything, make sure that you protect your mental health. Your mind is the most important in everything. Even scientifically, your mind and your brain, your heart, they are connected. So yeah, it is really important. If you don't even listen to any practical tips, this one, you have to listen to this one, because this just saves you a lifetime of pain, disappointment, and confusion. So it is important to protect your mental health, especially in this day and age. It is something we all joke about. You go on TikTok and you see so many people, especially when someone attempted to take their life and maybe it didn't go as planned, and you see so many people in the comment section joking about what did the person use so that they can stay clear of it, so that when they do this they can go. And you just find so many people saying this, and the only thing people can tell you is, I'm here to talk to you if you need anybody. But it goes way beyond that. It goes deeper than that. So it is really important for you to seek help, because there's so much people on the internet can do. Someone on the internet could just talk and talk. In few and rare occasions, they can help you financially if that is the issue. And we've come to understand that there are so many problems in life that goes beyond the financial aspect. So please seek help, protect your mind with everything. Don't let anyone tell you you're too young, you should make all the rational decisions, or you should make all the mistakes. That is how we always end up suffering later on in life, because the time or the years we're supposed to use in building and cultivating ourselves, we're using it to make mindless and hurtful decisions that will hurt us later in life most times, So please do not listen to the fact that your 20s is for you to make every mistake you can make, live any life you want to live. That is not what your 20s are meant for. Your 20s are meant for you to understand yourself, understand the world, and all of this comes from your mind. It all comes from your mind. Being a winner comes from your mind. Being a loser comes from your mind. Staying a winner and a loser also comes from your mind. So there's just so much that depends on our mind and comes from our mind that we should play with it. I feel like that is something that every human being needs to take seriously. Protect your mental health at every cost. Protect your mental health with everything in you. Anything that is costing your mental health does not deserve to be in your life. Before we move to the next tip, I just want to add that even breaks, know when to take breaks. Even during the day, know when to stop and breathe. It will help you regulate your emotions to see if you're on track. It is really important, guys. And I feel like I don't even need to say it to you to understand that your mind is really important. And I feel if we should all focus on building our minds and protecting our minds, there are so many things today that will be fixed or be better, if at all. So let's move into the next tip. The next tip would be unplug from technology. This is also a topic that has been on my mind for me to talk about it. I've just been waiting for the right time. Learn to unplug from technology, and this cannot be overemphasized, especially for our today's world. We are so into technology, into social media, into the internet, that a lot of young people have lost themselves. Until they don't even realize that they've lost themselves or they've gone off track, because I will say this, I've said it and I'll say it again. There's just too many opinions on the internet. From a sane mind, from an insane mind, from a sound mind, from a mind that is not sound. Everything is online. Everybody with a phone has an opinion and has a way they do things, the standard and everything. And in as much as you think you're strong mentally, you're not. Because if you really understand yourself and you claim to be as strong as you are, then you would not be too into the internet. It has become an addiction that everyone downplays, but it's an addiction. And an addiction is an addiction. Whether good or bad, it's still an addiction, So unplug, learn to unplug from technology. Your life cannot just be on TikTok. Your life cannot just be, you wake up, the first thing you do is to reach out to your phone, go on the internet, and throughout the course of the day, out of 24 hours, you realize that you've been on the internet for at least 20 hours. Even sometimes when we're working, we're always on the phone, we're always on the internet. And it's like, there's a life, there's a world away from the internet that you could, especially if you've unplugged from the internet and technology, you can be able to see things clearly, see life clearly, that it always tends to be even more difficult to go back to the internet. So when you find people online saying, don't get carried away, I'm not carried away, how do you know you're not carried away? Because you've been in this thing for so long. You've not taken the time to step back out of it, or to step out of it to really view it and see it for what it is. But you're so sure in yourself that you've not been carried away, When you're carried away, something that most times you don't even realize that you've swayed, So it is really important to unplug from technology. And I would say this, speaking personally, TikTok is such a toxic app, Or I would say my own side of the TikTok. I don't know. It's been long I use TikTok, but each time I enter TikTok, you see things that you should not have seen. You hear things that you should not have heard. On TikTok, everyone is putting their life story, saying one thing or the other, showing any and everything. And too much of everything, regardless of how good it is bad. You're getting information from here, left and right. By the time you realize 5 hours is gone, you're on TikTok, and that 5 hours could be dedicated to something else that will help you or benefit you, and you can still be an influencer, you can still be a socialite, you can still be someone that gets their means of living on the internet and still not be intoxicated by the internet. Just learn to know when to take yourself out of the picture for a minute, because it will help you. You think you're not there, you think it's not happening to you, but you can't know, because you've been in it for too long. You've not stepped out of it even for a minute to understand or really see things for what they are. So please, if you don't listen to it, if you don't listen to anything I say today again, listen to this one. Learn to unplug from technology. It is killing our youth, it is taking our time, and it is keeping everyone distracted. Everyone now feels like just because they have a phone, they can be an influencer, they can be a content creator. Everyone is a content creator now, and so many people are living what is important and what they should follow, and just following what is on the internet. So this is a topic that if I start talking about it, we will not finish today. So let me just leave it here and see, please. It is really important to learn to unplug from the internet, because a lot of people don't even realize that there's a different world away from the internet, and people don't often realize that the internet on its own is a different world. It is very, very far from our reality. We have our realistic world and we have the social media world. They are two different worlds. Yes, they work hand in hand. Sometimes they blend with each other, but they are very different, trust me. So yeah, learn when to unplug from technology, even your phones. It is important that you should be a person that can leave your phone for 2 hours, 3 hours, you haven't touched it, and it doesn't feel like you're losing yourself or you're losing your sanity, because you're too addicted. You should be able to get to a point where you leave your phone and you're not operating or doing anything on your phone, and you don't even remember that you have something as a phone. It's such a relieving life to live, and we'll talk about this soon. Very soon I'll speak on this. But yeah, guys, self-care isn't just about bubble bath. It's about building habits that can leave you energized, rested, and take care of your body, mind, and soul every day. Whether it's getting enough sleep, protecting your boundaries, moving your body, knowing when to unplug from technology. All of these are small but meaningful practices that can truly help you recharge. Now, I would love to hear from you guys. What's one self-care tip that you would love to start prioritizing from today? It is really important. Pick anyone, better still, work with all, but leave it in the comment section. Tell me one that you haven't been prioritizing or one that you want to start prioritizing today. Leave it in the comment section, and let's move into what I've been watching and what I've been listening to this week. The first would be The Silent Hour. This is a movie and can be found on streaming platforms, not on Netflix. But I really did. Number one reason I love this movie is the fact that they incorporated a part or segment for deaf people, and that is something that you don't normally see on TV. So that was something I really liked, and it just involves a murder that happened, and a lady who is deaf witnessed the murder, and they are now after her. And also one of the investigators or policemen went after one of the bad guys. He also lost his hearing in the process, so something that felt like the end of the world to him now became a superpower, and then he was now asked to be some sort of a translator. I won't lie, the movie is slow, but there's a beautiful meaning behind the movie and the inclusivity. I love it for that, so you should give it a watch. It's a good watch actually. The next would be The Penguin. This is a series. This is also on streaming platform, not on Netflix. For this The Penguin, I don't know if I would say is brutal. I don't know if that is the word I will use, but there is violence in The Penguin. But it is also interesting and also very shady, the game, the politics that is going on in that series. It is just too mind-blowing, too much, so I'm waiting for the next episode. It's a series, like I said, and I can't remember, but I know they release episodes every week. So I'm waiting to watch this week's episode, and I'm also catching up on my old, which is The Old Man, Tulsa King, and Grey's Anatomy. I actually haven't watched Grey's Anatomy's latest episode, and I think Tulsa King, I'm not sure, but these are what I've been watching. And also I started watching a series yesterday called Clickbait, but you can find this one on Netflix. And guys, that is a show, you know, it is a series. It is really interesting, and just I don't know, the beginning of the movie started so slow, but in like less than 10 minutes it just went downhill from there. Let me give you guys a brief story of the series. It started that they were having a family dinner of a family, extended family, and an altercation ensued, and the brother asked his sister out of his house. It was in the night, a big fight. She left, she went to the club, her phone fell into the toilet, she went home to put it in the rice, she went back to work the following day. She's a nurse, and she had this patient that she was familiar with, and they were just having a conversation, and it seems he normally shows her videos, funny videos, and he showed her the one for that day, and she was like, haha, let me see another one. So as they were talking, a vlogger uploaded a video, and he clicked to watch the video, and in the video she was like, hi guys, I know you guys have been asking for my opinion on something, and I would just love to share that. I don't know, but this video is creepy, so creepy. And then he asked her, should we watch the video? She uploaded a link. She was like, sure. They played the video, and it showed a man, a YouTube video, holding a placard written, I abuse women, at 5 million views, I die. And it turns out that that's her brother, the one that she had an altercation with last night. And you know, she got so scared, she confused, she started shouting, she ran out of work, went to his place of work, made so many calls, she couldn't get through to him, went to his place of work, no one had seen him, went to his wife's place of work, she couldn't get in touch with him, they had to go to the police, you know, and so many people kept watching it. Imagine that it happens in today's world. I feel like in less than 5 minutes it should have gotten that 5 million views, and it got to the 5 million views. So many people were trying to locate him, to even figure out what is going on, and then he died. They found his lifeless body, and then from there just so many uncanny things just started unraveling. Turns out he had a girlfriend that he has been seeing for 2 years. She also came to help with the police investigation upon seeing it on the news. She thought she was helping. She came to help. She was threatened. She even had sustained injuries along the line, only to find out that she is not the only one. He actually makes so many dating profiles and goes to be with women while married with 2 children. So like, that's where I stopped. So the story is just so crazy, because till now we still haven't gotten to the part of why he held those placards, because in the video it shows that it was something that he was threatened to do, but at the same time, you know, it's just so confusing. And the ladies on their own, his wife and the first side chick we've seen, is both of them swear that he is such a nice person that could do no harm to anyone. So it's just, I don't know. I can't wait to, you know, just continue to see what the drama is all about. So if you haven't watched it, you should definitely give it a watch. You can find it on Netflix. And yeah, it's all I've been watching this week. What I've been listening to this week, I lied last week. I lied because I said Tyler's deluxe album, I was feeling just one song, but her Shake Aside the Back to You, that Shake is such a jam. You know, I'm a fan of South African jams, especially the ones where it just beats for a long period of time, and you know, just little sound here and there, but for the most part is beats. I love it so much, because sometimes maybe when you're working, you know, or doing something that you don't want to use your mind, your energy, you just sit down and, you know, it's like a melody that is playing and it's keeping you in this chilled vibe, you know, but it's a jam. Give it a listen, you will not regret it. The next will be Forgiveness by Tiwa Savage. I'm such a huge fan of Tiwa Savage. When it newly came out, I wouldn't lie, I wasn't really feeling it, but after listening and listening, I was like, okay, yes, because why I wasn't feeling it, I would say, is I just wish more female artists would sing on hustle culture and not always love, 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 you know. Not every girl is into love, and aside that, not every girl is into love. It is also important that not just the men are promoting the hustle culture. It is also important for the women to also teach girls that, you know, work is not just about enjoyment. It is important to work. There's a time to work and a place for that. So yeah, that was the reason I wasn't feeling it in the first place. But upon seeing an opinion on Twitter, I was like, okay, it makes sense, because the person was like, she tried reggae for the first time, and you know, the lyrics and all of that. So I was like, okay, cool. So I got to like it. I wouldn't say love, but I got to like it. It's a nice jam. Regardless of what I am saying, it is a nice jam, and I'm really happy that she did something different this time around, because like I said, the instrument is different and the style as well. And I'm a huge fan of Tiwa Savage. So yeah. The next would be Piece of My Heart by Wizkid featuring Brent Fires. I hope I'm pronouncing the name correctly, but yeah, that is also a nice jam that I've listened to countless times. But I would say I really wish Wizkid could chill from this woman and love songs. You know, I don't know. I understand that we all have our places. Let's say, for example, this is a hip-hop singer, this is an R&B singer, and maybe that's just it. But guys, it's been over a decade and we're still listening to woman love, you know. So I don't know, I just really hope that the coming album, this is the only love song on the coming album, and we have more songs that, you know, have deeper meaning or something. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying a song has to have a deeper meaning for it to be nice. I'm speaking specifically for Wizkid, saying how long he has been in the industry and all of that. I just feel like at this point we should be getting more of other genres, not just the love, you know, if you get what I mean. Because times are hard in every part of the world. You hear people complaining of inflation, no money, no this, no. So, you know, we just need more people to show us or tell us the path to follow and what to do, and not the love, 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 you know. So that's just my own opinion. And then the next one would be If You Come We Come by Buju featuring Rema. I also hope I didn't butcher that name. But yeah, both of them. And it is also a very nice jam. You know, all the songs for today are really nice jams that I have downloaded and I've been listening to countless times on repeat, especially this Piece of My Heart and Buju song. But for Buju as well, I would want to say, just like the Piece of My Heart, this Buju song as well is, when it started, I could swear I've heard that song before, you know, maybe for the beat or something, but it's like I've heard that song somewhere before. So it's like it's just a different lyrics this time around. But like I said again, the songs are nice. You know, they are party jams, you know, they will move you, they'll put you in a good mood. And Rema also, I love Rema's bass. I don't know, I'm beginning to be such a huge fan of Rema's work. So yeah, maybe that's the case. I don't know, but I don't know. This Piece of My Heart and If You Come We Come is like, when I heard them, they were like, I could swear I've heard them somewhere because of the beat or something. Because after listening to this Piece of My Heart, I even went down the lane of listening to Wizkid songs, you know, just down all his songs that were somewhat, and if you find out that like they're somewhat similar to each other, guys. Anyways, enough of my talk. All the songs are interesting, give them a listen. Don't forget to like, share, hit the notification bell for more uplifting content. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.